Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. It's 12:34 p.m. and we're chatting to Taahira Saloojee from Ashraful Aid, who is a student of emergency medical care paramedic, Alima public speaker, and PR representative for Ashraful International Humanitarian Organization. Assalamu alaikum, Taahira Saloojee. How are you?
Wa alaikum
Can
salam
you?
wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, shukr. I think we have a bit of a lag. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah,
Great stuff.
I can hear
Okay,
you. It
could you
just
share your
breaks up a little bit.
Is it breaking up a little bit? Okay, let's see if we can't do this again. Can you share your journey into becoming a paramedic,
So,
Alima, and your involvement with Ashraful Aid? And what inspired you to get there? Let's take that question.
okay, so Jazakallah for that, and Jazakallah for having me on the program as well. That's a long story. We might need a whole hour for that. But in any case, to sum
Let's
it up,
shorten it.
I always had the desire. Let's just make it a few lines. So I always had a desire to help, and I loved the medical field ever since I was young. I didn't finish school the general or the traditional way, let me say. And then so Allah made it such that Alhamdulillah, I managed to finally get to the point where I could study it now. So obviously, being in that or being that type of person or having that type of personality where I loved to be there for people or help, and COVID-19 in a way sort of opened it up for me in a sense where I used to volunteer a lot with whichever places I could during that time. So naturally, that would then lead to my because being able to be and work with a humanitarian organization that has a global reach and being able to make a meaningful impact in people's lives was definitely then just a natural extension to that. So, Alhamdulillah, that's how I ended up joining with Ashraful Aid.
Oh, mashallah, well done. I know you have a Palestinian relief aid, which is your critical initiative at the moment. Could you tell us more?
Yeah, so Alhamdulillah, I don't think there's much I need to say. Our phones are being
Mm.
daily updated with the most horrific images at times, and we are literally live. It's being live streamed in front of our eyes, the crisis that's happening there. So, as horrific as everything that we're seeing there is, that what happens behind that, the starvation, the desperation, the basic need for the most common things that we might not really think of. And Alhamdulillah, Ashraful Aid has had a footprint and has been present in Palestine for many years. So we are lucky enough to be able to have teams on the ground. So most recently, Alhamdulillah, we were part of a convoy of about approximately 5 trucks or so that was successfully sent from the Rafah border, Alhamdulillah, from Cairo. The goods are purchased in Egypt. The truck was sent successfully. A very long, complex, complicated process with lots of bureaucracy, lots of different aspects, which Alhamdulillah, Ashraf Aid's teams navigated very well. Our teams on this side, our teams in Egypt, our teams in Palestine, and basic goods, blankets, and food were successfully sent through, distributed, and have reached the people of Palestine. So this is an ongoing effort because as it's because obviously this is a need that will continue for quite a while. So it's our ongoing
Um,
effort with preparations for the next one, inshallah.
Amin, Tuma. Amin. Yes, like you say, it is ongoing. We also you have a back to school project. That's another crucial need that we need to discuss. Do you want to share more on that?
So yeah, so Alhamdulillah, back to school. Personally, myself as well, education isn't generally spoken about as, you know what, it's the right of every child to have education, but there are so
Mhm.
many different little things that come along with it that we might not overlook. So if you look at statistics, approximately 50% of our South African population live beneath the poverty line. So we say that, and we sort of know that on a basic level, but if we go into it and delve into what does that actually mean, what does it mean if somebody's living beneath the poverty line? So let's put a normal scenario. A listener listening out there, I mean, if I just mention the price of bread, everybody knows that's like absolutely crazy. It's one
Can't
of
believe the
the
prices of Prit.
most, it's almost, I think, the most expensive item on our stationery list. I mean, Alhamdulillah, I still picked up my scientific calculator at the beginning of the semester, and I was Hey, Shukar, I have this. But when I went out and I looked at the price of that thing in the shop, it's crazy. So
Mm,
as difficult as it is, Alhamdulillah, a lot of us are in the situation where we will be able to make it happen. Now, I want
mhm,
us to switch roles, and I want you to just imagine for a minute this mother or this father or this family who are living beneath the poverty line. So, this means that this family basically barely has enough food. So, talking about something like a pencil and a pen is a pipe dream. It's something far beyond anything they can ever imagine. So, Ashraful Aid seeks to fill in that gap. That gap where within South Africa, so Alhamdulillah, our back to school project has already been running for quite a few weeks now. We're running it in the Western Cape, in KZN, and across Gauteng, across many, many schools, where if we did not, with the help of our listeners and with the help of our donors, if we didn't provide these basic necessities like pencils, pencil colors, and even simply a school bag. These are children who sometimes might come to school with literally a little nub of a pencil and nothing else. So being able to do that, being able to provide them stationery is beyond just the item. It's about empowering them. It's about creating an environment where they can be excited to learn. I mean, our kids, if they don't have a specific brand of something, then they don't want to go to school because my friends will laugh at me. These kids don't even have that. So just giving them that basics, it gives them that sense of confidence that I have a bag, I have a school bag, I have something to go to school with, I have a full set of pencil colors. These are it seems like such a small thing that might not even occur to us. But I mean, there are thousands of children across South Africa who don't have that. For them, that pencil color, or that highlighter is a luxury. So, Alhamdulillah, we still fill that gap, and we've been very, very busy. Our teams have been very busy across all of the most of the provinces, busy distributing them, and Alhamdulillah, it's been going quite well.
Mashallah, mashallah. I think what we need to do is put you in touch with Appa Sayed from the principal of Darul Inyana Islamic Institute. I was just speaking to her before you came on board. I'll get Farah, our producer, to link you guys up. I think you can connect and do
Really,
some really good work giving back. Jazakallah so much.
that's
That's amazing work. I know you for our younger listeners interested in humanitarian work, what advice can you give them to start in making a difference or want to come on board and assist? How can they volunteer? Can you share some information? Do you have that option open for them?
Yes, so absolutely 100%. Alhamdulillah. Ashraful Aid has a very robust, lovely volunteer program. So you can sign up via our website. You can give us a call on any of the numbers available on our website. Our volunteer programs are really, really amazing in the sense where they come through. So let's talk back to school. Let's just use that as an example. We had an amazing team of volunteers who came and packed for us 2,000, because one thing is, okay, Alhamdulillah, the donations have come through. Now we're sitting with like a pallet of backpacks and boxes of stationery, boxes of pencil colors, and these things need to be packed. And at Ashraful Aid, Alhamdulillah, we pride ourselves in giving to the community with heart, from heart to heart, giving with honor, with dignity. So it's not just going to be dumping a whole lot of things, it's packing it nicely in that bag, giving it to the learner, letting them feel that it's a gift from the community around them to them.
Mhm.
So that's just like one example of what the volunteers can do. So packing of items, joining in on our distributions is also very, very it's something that can definitely be done. They can reach out to us, we can do that. And especially with Ramadan coming up, we have a
Mhm.
weekly volunteer program. It's iftar meals, it's a lot. And the best part, or maybe an added bonus to it, would be that high school learners who require community service hours, Ashraful Aid is able to provide you with a certificate saying that you have X amount of volunteer hours with us of community service. So Alhamdulillah, it doesn't even have to be only the younger learners. Come out with
Mhm.
us, even if you've donated, but come out with
Mhm.
us. Feel of discharging your sadaqah. Bring your children along, make it a family event, that your mother and the children, you're coming to prepare a meal with us, you're coming to pack something with us, you want to join us on a distribution. All of these things are definitely something that we do offer, and we most definitely welcome community input.
Mashallah. Yes, no, I think we need to have that. We need to, it's the time as well. Yes, we can sponsor, but the most important thing is sponsoring the time as well. We have time. is something that we hardly have. I'm one of those people who keeps complaining there's no time, no time, no time. There's like no barakat in time. But I think that's something that's really important, aside from the monetary value, is to give your time. MashaAllah.
Correct. And it's creating that connect between, so yes, we taught to give sadaqah, we taught that charity is a big part of Islam, but to give of your time and to give of your effort, it's a fulfilling feeling in a whole different way. And I think it's a nice way to teach younger people and for to teach your children about bringing together and that unification as an ummah. How do we come together? We are independent, we need each other, and that is how we will succeed.
I mean, Jazakallah so much, Tara, for your time. I know you were just before we leave, before we end off to our next ad break. Can you just share your details on how they can get hold of you?
Absolutely. So, Alhamdulillah, Ashraful Aids is available on, you can go onto your social media and you can contact us via any of our platforms. So, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook. Our website is www.ashrafulaid.org. On there, you'll be able to get contact with us via the WhatsApp button or the phone numbers of Ashraful Aid. So, Alhamdulillah, from any of those ways, you can get in contact with any of the team, and we would love to assist in whatever way we can.
Jazakallah so much. Jazakallah so much. We're going to break now into an ad break and we'll be back with something a little less, a little light-hearted. We're going to be talking to Munira Karim, the World Hijab Day ambassador for South Africa. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, let's go into our ad break.